Rodney Marsh and Dennis Lillee not only shared each other's success, they contributed to it. So many times the scoreboard showed the combination Court Marsh bowled Lillee. It was fitting that their careers ended in the same test match with the same number of dismissals, 355.
There it goes, and once again there's a big appeal. He's given him out. Yes, it succeeded for him. A magnificent leg cutter. The ball pitching, just cutting away from Kiamani, finding the outside edge. The same old combination. Court Marsh bowled Lillee.
Goes the hook and he's out. Yes, well bowled Dennis Lillee, kept it up. He's got one in short. Good thinking, obviously. They've been talking to Marsh and Lillee, and it fell for the trap.
They were such an important part of those teams through that era, and they were such great mates. They bounced off each other very well. Rod could read Dennis very well and would often goad him along and just give him a little bit of a needle if he needed it. Dennis didn't need a lot of motivation because he could motivate himself very well, but just on the odd occasions when he needed something, Rod was just the bloke to get in his ear and say the right thing, just to get his mind ticking over to the challenge that Rod was trying to set for him.
Put it back, it's gone, yes! The leg cutter. Dennis Lillee, what a bowler. Fine delivery.
Allan and Em come very close in the alphabet. I think whenever we travelled together, we always seemed to sit next to each other, and often there was only the two of us playing from Western Australia for Australia. We spent a hell of a lot of time together, and I guess when you do that, you know, you tend to talk a hell of a lot about the game. We talked about each other's game, and we just got to know each other so well. I think, you know, in the end, I knew what Dennis was going to bowl before he did sometimes, just by his body language walking back to his mark. And look, that was my job, to study my bowlers as well. And when you've got an asset like him, you probably spend a lot of time getting to know, you know, the greatest asset any team could have.
Lillee to Sarfraz Nawaz. It's worth a shot, yes. 350 wickets to Lillee.
And Sarfraz has the distinction of becoming Dennis Lillee's 350th Test victim.
And he's gone this time. Court Marsh, bowled Lillee. 350 victims for Marsh. What a nice way to do it. And what a nice gesture by Dennis Lillee. He's already achieved his 350th today, and he ran up the wicket, gave Rodney Marsh just a nice pat on the head saying, well done, mate. A nice edge, straight through to Rodney Marsh and into the safe hands. And Rodney Marsh, he couldn't have asked for a better way to claim his 350th Test victim. Caught off his old mate.
They both ended up with 355 Test wickets, and Dennis as a bowler and Marsh dismissals, 355. I mean, that says it all.
It's gone, yes. Phillips at first slip, took a smart touch, and once again, Dennis Lillee strikes again.
And that's out. That is out. Rodney Marsh wasn't going to take the risk of letting that go through to Wayne Phillips, and that was a beautiful catch by the Australian keeper and an excellent piece of bowling.
The coincidence of us both getting 355 dismissals, that's eerie and scary. It's just like Australia winning the centenary test by 45 runs. That's scary, you know, considering 100 years before the same thing happened. Amazing stuff, that.
And a fine performance by the Australian fast bowlers.
Well, that's gone straight up in the air. Rodney Marsh is underneath it. This will be out. Yes, he's gone. Dennis Lillee is struck. Few words from him as Qadir leaves the ground. They thought he had him out a little while ago. A bouncer from Lillee, a hook shot from Qadir. The ball went straight up in the air.